Well, hello again, friends, and welcome to Heathrow for a change, and something that we haven't done for quite a while. Welcome to the updated Colimata Concorde. You can see all the ground vehicles and everything work, and it's a pretty good model. You can see we're live on VATSIM. We've got some other VATSIM traffic. I'm at Terminal 5 rather than Terminal 4 because I want to do this as if Concorde was operating today, and I'm sure it should be operating from the front of Terminal 5. Right by the Concorde Lounge. I did want to stand next to us, but somebody nipped in and stole that while I had to restart because OBS was just not registering. So a restart has cured that, and I think I am now ready to go. It should be pretty rainy here at Heathrow. Scattered light rain. I'm not seeing that in the sim. So let's just double check. It says stormy. Anyway, here we are. Stand 517 just gets us a little bit further back from the road because the trucks are driving into the nose. Got all the baggage doors open. We've got some catering going on board. We've got the fuel trucks filling the jet up with about 60 tons of fuel. We've got a pretty full payload today, which is done through the GUI here. So payload manager, you can see pretty much full cargo and full packs. This is set up, I think, for the Air France layout, so that needs a little bit of work from Colimata. You can see our range with our fuel. Our route should being the operative word, 1625 nautical miles. I'm not quite sure how accurate that is, but anyway, you can see that we've got zero fuel weight of just under 91 tons. I think the plan was for 91.4, but whatever, let's say it's a little bit less payload. Fuel loaded up here 60 tons because it's not that all of this faffing about is quite difficult. So 60 will do. I think the Concorde X performance system, which just about works, it doesn't get the weather unless you've got Active Sky 16 to link in. The NOAA weather doesn't work, so the en route winds may be off. Release fuel was 59,678, so 60 tons. And hopefully we will be in CG. We're not doing the flight plan, we've got SEVA, which I think I mapped to Control C. Yes, I did, there it is. So we're going to be using that. It's a relatively simple route, hopefully. Hopefully ATC don't give us anything too complex. We want to get to Southampton for the departure, and that might be a little bit. It's a little bit difficult because the two departures don't quite take you to Southampton, but waypoints nearby depending on the runway. So I didn't file for that, and I filed direct rather than airways. So we'll see what we get given. JMB, thanks for joining. It's good to see you again. And yes, OBS is fun. It just needed a restart to whatever. I mean, it's working now. Anyway, we're here. We are probably going to be late off blocks. Not that it matters. Anybody else watching? It says we've got 3 viewers, so got JMB in chat. Please say hi. This is a really great bit of kit, and if you haven't got it, I would recommend you get it already. I think there is going to be one. Oh no, I saw one for for Flight Sim, but not FS 2020. Our call sign today is Speedbird Concorde 613, and we are off to Gran Canaria. Entity, great to see you again. It's actually sort of pretty good to back. Now, speakers, I'm not getting any ground noise or anything, which is weird. So, I have to check that. Let's hop into the cockpit. Let's see, get anything? Now, did you guys hear that? Because it didn't show up on OBS, and if OBS is being ridiculous. Weird. Like I say, definitely working the other day. It's just Concorde thing. The views are not working, which is somewhat annoying. But I've got that mapped, and I've got something a little bit further back for in flight. Cool, as long as you could hear that. So yeah, what I'm going to try and do is work through the checklist because I haven't done that before. Because I think, well, the flight engineer would do all the checks. So, external, okay, we've got all the kit, and you can see she's a nice old bird. Park brake, I've set some of the, this over here, is this a good spot for it? Probably not. I've set some of the controls up, so the park brake is set. Throttle, yes. Yoke, rudder, yes. Pre-flight, okay, I'm not going to go through that. Scan, boarding, everything else, landing gear, standby. Map that to my other throttle. Transponder, let's move over here, that should be in standby, they both are, good. Radar, don't think it's worked. Visor unlock, I don't think that's modelled. I have mapped the visor control to, oh, that shouldn't move with no power, should it? I have mapped that to a control. Landing gear, normal is down. Gear override, it's guarded. Visor, we'll leave up for the time being. Auto ignition, click on these so I don't even know where they are. Anyway, if we get to the point where I do have to start thinking about getting the FE to do it, then I will. Like I say, I think you should do all the crew checks, but the FE stuff really should be a method of doing that, because of course you wouldn't be doing them in reality. So that's pretty much all the checks, and everything is, yes, they are all off. So, tech log we don't have. Ground power, now that's over here, so I probably should set something to the FE's station. About if we set something like 3, that will at least get us into this sort of position here. Ground power, I don't think the light is modelled, unfortunately. Yeah, that is going to get in the way. So let's move that over here. If you go to aircraft, doors and ground, you can see we have got available air conditioning, available GPU. I think I am going to use better pushback, and I hope that works. Should do, I haven't had any problems before. Centre of gravity trimmed, selected to ground, so that's all fine. Now, power-wise, pretty sure ground power is meant to be over here. Difficult to see. Does seem a bit quiet for me. Anyway, I have got the headset on. DC main bus. Right, there we go, ground power. So ground power should be available there. So that should be lit up, but it's not. So I'm not quite sure exactly how it is modelled. But it is available. There we go. That looks about right, doesn't it? Electrical generators. Okay, so put that on, and then the batteries are down here. They can come on. The equipment cooling bay panel is over here, I think. You can see how ropey I am at this. Ah, there we go. Equipment cooling bay. So they just all come to check and set. Now, I mean, auto would make sense to me. Back them all on. Oxygen panel, I'm not going to do those checks. Drain mast heaters are over here. And I've seen a checklist where this tells you flight engine, everything. So maybe this is the pilot. Drain masts are up here. Check that those are on. Yes. INS, right, so let's do it this way around. I'll tell you what, let's get all the lights on so we can see. That's the flood, we don't need that. That's also the flood, definitely need some of these. So, just want the instrument lights really more. There's a set. There's a set. Yes, we want those nice and high. Those can go on, and then the rest of the lights are all up here. Right, there we go. Good, there we go. I think I can see everything now. Is one of those. Those is clearly a floodlight. Whatever. So we can all see everything now, which is grand. So INSs, let's get these on. Get them all onto standby. They're starting to warm up. We can get SIVA, and we can pop that into standby. Over to this. 0, we're not in nav mode. 9 is our current accuracy level. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, but 5 is the target, so that's current. And that's target. Put the position in a moment. Align and test. Okay, no, I'm not going to do that just for the moment. Air data computers are down here. They can go on. Emergency equipment, no. Smoking and pack signs can go on. We probably should have the nav lights on. I think the anti-collision was done for, and I'm not sure the lights are accurately modelled, but whatever. Lots of seatbelts. Done. Okay. Oh, there we go. That pilot, co-pilot, all, and engineer. So let's get SIVA up and pop in our position. So we are on stand 517. So to get the position at some airports, it's listed. It will give you. This is just going to be on the charts. So I'm just going to go through to a Navigraph. Dig out the coordinates. Parking stands coords. 517. That's on page 109 Foxtrot. 516 through 518 gives us, so position, ready to input that, we have to press N for north. 51282. 51282. Insert west. 23292. That's us done. Now we can, I think we need to go this way around to do it. Set these to align. It'll take about 10 minutes. And we can set this one to align. You can cheat, I think, and push on the ready nav. This will go green, but it's not the brightest of greens. It almost looks as lit up as that. It's a shame that isn't just detachable. But anyway, that's SIVA, which is a bit better than the inbuilt one, although the inbuilt is enough, so we're not going to touch the inbuilt. I am going to set 2000 on the transponder even though it's off, so the code is correct. And let's have a look at, no, wrong one, let's get the checklist back up. CBs, well, they're all going to be in. No failures at the moment. Copy preparation, complete oxygen. Everyone would check their oxygen. We're not going to. DV windows will open. One and closed it, and they're both shut. Flight control inverters. Right, good question. Where are they? The pilot check. I think the inverts and everything else, all these. Oh no, I tell a lie. So, flight control invert switches, 2 of those, and they are set to on. Augmentation system. feeling those are these. You can see I really need to do some practice. Anyway, these all have to be on. Anti-stall. Oh, jeez. Difficult click spots. There we go. Anti-stall's on. RAD, INS, we are going to be departing on RAD, so they're both set. Instrument transfer, set left side, that's fine. Altimeters. So, why don't we tune the ATIS? 215, why don't we tune, hold on a minute, what? Those not on. Okay, because that's off, cool. So, just having a look at these, there's no clearance, there is ATIS 128075. Scroll through this, 280. See, they're not the same, which is a little bit odd.
Departure runway 7 left. Transition level, flight level 80. Surface winds 210. 13 knots. Visibility 10. Kilometers or more light rain scattered 1,200 feet, broken 2,300 feet, broken 3,200 feet. Temperature +10. Dew point +8. QNH 982 hectopascal. Acknowledge a receipt of information Zulu. And report aircraft type and current QNH on first contact with Heathrow. Heathrow information Zulu. Time 1050. Automatic. Arrival runway 27 right. Departure runway 27 left. Transition level, flight level 80. Surface winds 210. 13 knots. Visibility 10. Kilometers or more light rain scattered 1,200 feet, broken 2,300 feet, broken 3,200 feet. Temperature +10. Dew point +8. QNH 982 hectopascal. Acknowledge a receipt of information Zulu. And report aircraft type and current QNH on first contact with Heathrow. Heathrow information Zulu.
Right, good, we've listened to that. Got 121 available. Let's just move that up. I might save this as a view. Like I say, these should normally work just to make it easier. This will be good for like radios and stuff in flight. So if I save that as, let's go 1. Do that. Now we can do that, which is ideal. We are going to speak to ground on 1218. Ground, and then Heathrow Tower is 1185. No, 1208, not 08. Oh, it's weird, it does it somewhat. Whatever, there we go. 1218. Down to 1185, and then north approach. We're outbound. We'll have to swap those over, and London as well. So it's because I can't use the Saitek that I've got. That makes things a little bit difficult. Hello Ben, good to see you again. Thanks for joining. It's going to be a relatively short one. So set altimeters. That's what I needed the ATIS for. The QNH is 982. Look at that, low pressure, super low. And you can see because it's Mercury, you've got to go sort of in between. 83 feet, 90 feet, let's go 29 there, and not too fussed about the other side, but we'll set it anyway. Cool, that'll do. Great, 60 tons of fuel we've got. Brakes. So nav radios, we don't know our departure yet, but we are going to expect something towards Southampton VOR. We are probably going to use Woodley. I'm expecting that we'll get given a GOGSI departure, so we need London. Up here, London 1136 is set. 335 for Southampton. The initial climb would be 6,000. Lee 352. Do we need anything else? No, we shouldn't. So it's a pretty short intercept, 70 ME towards Woodley. And off we go, picking that up. It's 256 outbound, so let's set that up now. Bound to Southampton, it is 214. The runway heading is, let's just have a look, it's pretty much, it is 270. Ah, wrong one. 270. And it's not quite, yes, no, well actually it is. So 034 gives us 214, so it is basically, we're going straight to Southampton from Woodley, so I'm just going to intercept that radial on the way outbound. There we go. And we can swap those over because I'll be flying on this side, because unfortunately you can't switch on this side, so I think in reality they would just have the nav frequency set. Right, we are picking up Heathrow, we're not obviously picking up Southampton. And I think the ADF. Picking it up? No, I think so. Hang on, no, that's the VOR. And that's the ADF. Cool. Good. Stressful already. So, nav set, brakes checked, nav lights on, throttle masters. Now there's a good question, where the hell are they? Throttle masters, oh, that's an engineer's task. Now is that auto throttle? No, it isn't. Let's have a look over here. Sorry guys, I am pretty rubbish at the engineer panel side of things. I suppose it does make sense once you get used to it. Oh look, you can see the INS is already aligned, which is great. It'd be great if it... That's the one really good thing about FS 2020 is you can click those straight on. Takes you to where you need to go. It highlights them. Fuel management, temp sensors, bleed, not the ditchings. Please shout if any of you guys know where they are. Engine depot and everything down here, so I would have thought it was down here. Check that key works. Yes, it does. So I've got those set. So spills. I mean, this is all the engine stuff here. Air intakes, air doors. Nobody's shouting at me yet. Compass, flight controls. gens. It's the fuel panel. Massive fuel panel, as you can see. Well, I might just have to go straight through the old... Sure they're not overhead. Let's have a look over here. Ah, there we go, look. Throttle masters. Oh, they're already on main. If they light up, okay. Well, that was pointless. Great. Throttle masters, main alternate, ground hydraulic, yellow, yellow, off, and I think that is over here. Yellow, yellow, off. Fuel heaters. Auto. Those are shut. Right, it is of course going to be a takeoff with reheat, so secondary air doors need to be auto. Click on each. Batteries on and normal. I wonder why we're checking that again, seeing as we had to put them on. So, INS they are. So we can pop those on. That's the green light illuminated. It would be nice if it was a bit greener. See what I haven't done, I haven't had time to put anything in yet, have I? Nav, that's given us our current position. And we've got our waypoints to do. See, that's... Where's that picking that up from? Anyway, you can see 0, 4, we're in nav mode. Position 0. There we go, we can start plumbing in where we're going in a bit. I've got those listed on the sheet. Entity, I have no idea. Thanks for the help, yeah. It's relatively easy to fly, but it's all the setup that takes forever, and of course you can do the quick shortcut and cheat. But never mind. Present position, yes, we've done that. INS DME, I'm not going to do that. Confirm ready for nav, it is, lights off. I'm going to pop those in a little bit. Clock indices, briefing. Okay, so we're actually getting pretty ready to start, so I'm going to start doing clearances and everything. Yeah, well, I mean, in some ways, I've cheated before, only in the sense that it's the engineer preparing the systems, which is what they would do. It's really difficult. It's a 3-person cockpit for a reason, so it's sort of half cheating and sort of not half cheating, in fairness. I don't even think I've checked the master cautions yet. I don't know when we do that. Anyway, the data that I've got for departure, and even the Concorde performance pack that comes out is challenging. Let's have a look. Got distance factors. Going over to the departure page. Right, so it should be 15.3. Yeah. 15.3. Which I've mapped to one of these. Let's not do that. Actually, I'll probably set that to 1,000 just in case we need it. And right, there we go. So, wrong one. I've mapped these to the joystick as well. So there's about 15.3. That's our initial pitch on departure. 94 seconds for noise. So that's done. Now I'm going to pop these in now. Waypoints, again a different page. I mean this is really good fun to fly. It gives you an appreciation for A, how much fuel it uses, B, how complicated it is. So our first nav waypoint, we are going to go SAM and to Land's End, but I am going to pop them in the INS anyway, even though we don't technically need to. So, position number 1 for Southampton is north 50573, insert, west 001207, 001207, insert. Point 2 is Land's End, which is north 50082, 50082, insert, west 005382. Waypoint 3 is ADRUD, and what I've tried to do for this routing, you guys could probably plot this and just have a look, is use FIR boundaries as the waypoints just to make it a little bit easier, and because it fits into 9 waypoints, we don't have to do any programming en route, which is good. So ADRUD waypoint 3 is going to be north 49102, west 006, oops, oh, that's a pickle. I have not come across what to do if you press the wrong button. Let's go out. Oh no, I guess I can change, can't I? There we go, west 006 269. I mean, it's an old system, but it kind of works. So, waypoint 3, just to check I've got that right, 49102 006 269, yes. Waypoint 4. Now, if anyone gives us a direct to, that's going to be a pain. Waypoint 4 is going to be north 47000. Insert 008000. Waypoint 5. It's going to be north 45000 to west 00282. I'm going to go through and double check these just to make sure at the end. This one here is 42170 and west 000. 7 is OGDOR, which is north 3400 and west 013256. Waypoint 8 is SAMAR, which is going to be the start of the SID, and then actually waypoint 9 is going to be the airport. So I'm going to put that in anyway, just because it will at least get us overhead if we need it to. So again, north 30540, west 014249. Finally, the airport is north 27559, west 015232. So let's scroll through those. Waypoint 150, so 50573, yes. 127, Reading from the computer back to the paper this time, 50082, west 582, 4910.2, west 6269, north 47, west 8, 45, 9282, so that's 4217, west 1049, 34 north, 1325 6 west, 3054 north, 14249 west, 37559 north, and 015232 west. Great, so that's all done. What do we want it set to? Distance time is actually quite useful. All aligned, all ready to go. Happy days. Hello Rick, good to see you again. Right. Where are we in the checklist? So, fuel flow bugs, can't do those. Throttle levers. Now, I think I need to set the throttle levers for the anti-noise. On the throttle. It can't be, that's not throttle angle. 21.9 is the throttle lever angle, and noise abatement 91.2. So I am going to set, but we're probably not going to check that. So this is the angle marker, minus 21.9. Wow, that's a long way, it's like way here. Really? Okay. It's like there. KLM 199er. Cool. That'd be good to see you, Rick, and hear you, potentially. We haven't even got there yet. So, that's the noise abatement, which... Oh, hang on. Just got to make sure I don't use both throttles. Is there, that's a massive... Well, we'll go on... I'll make sure that we go on the N1, N2. Noise abatement N2, 91.2. Okay, that's what the performance system says, so we will go with that. Going to have a lot to do during the departure. We've got to wait, probably going to struggle to see the elapsed time there. 1 minute, say 32, 94 seconds, 1 minute 34. Okay, done briefing. Got the load sheet. Okay, we've effectively done all of that. Takeoff data, can't really check it. Start clearance and everything else we need. So we're pretty much good to get our clearances. So, Heathrow is on. I'm gonna have to get used to these shortcuts. Heathrow ground 1218. Okay, good. Controls are working, so I can see that. Heathrow ground, good afternoon. Speedbird Concorde 613.
Last and calling, this is scattered ground.
Oh, wrong one. Apologies. Oh, so we'll go to 1185. 119725. Heathrow Tower, good afternoon. Speedbird Concorde 613.
Speedbird 613, good afternoon.
Speedbird 613 is Concorde with information Zulu QNH 982 hectopascals. Stand 517, request departure clearance to Gran Canaria.
Speedbird 613, are you able to max it, or is Southampton all you're able to do?
We'd like to end up at Southampton. I think we could take a GOGSI departure.
Speedbird 613, so that's correct. Clearance is to Gran Canaria, GOGSI to Golf departure, squawk 3377.
Clearance to Gran Canaria, Southampton via Gogsy 2 Golf, squawks 3377, Speedboat Concorde 613.
Speedboat 613, correct.
Magic, okay, that was a bit of a mess, but okay, he's happy with that.
254, report ready.
Oh, hello. I shouldn't do that. Whoops, come on Colimata, they definitely don't have those. So we're allegedly ready for engine start. I think I really am. Out of my depth with this. I mean, we are set up, we've got the bugs set. We've set those bugs, and let me just check the V speeds.
Bravo 3, surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots, 27 left, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, lost 254.
Actually, 139 is what we're being given. No, actually, 13 degrees. Okay, theta is actually 13. I'm just reading the form wrong, so let's get the pitch index back there. We can use that if we need to. It's giving us 196,216. Still ain't quite right. Okay, they don't match up. Whatever, we're just going to have to suck it up. And see, so we have been cleared. 6,000 is the stop out on the Gogsy 2 Golf. Can unpin the other one. And that means we're going to depart 27 left straight ahead, intercept 256. Bound London. Two 70 on the heading. Otherwise it will track us direct to the VOR. So heading pull on both of those. Straight ahead, intercept 256 outbound London, which will be on this side. Then it's a right turn 269 to Woodley, which will be on the ADF. And then we can swap over 11335, which I can bring on this side. 214 radial inbound. 24 miles to Cogsy, 6,000 stop out, and hopefully we'll get cleared higher. And it could all be a bit of a mess. I've got approach tuned, although we'll probably get given to London. 134125. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on. One, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. I'm popping that on that side so I can easily just switch that way. So we can either go flick or click.
No problem, thanks for advising.
So you've got to plan these quite early in this airplane. You really have got to think ahead. Okay, so load sheet, briefing, takeoff data, ish. Let's start clearance and get all the doors and everything undone. So, why have we got clearance? Start clearance obtained. Start clearance obtained.
254, airborne.
Oh, okay, from the ground. Okay, I get it. Get it. Right. Let's see how well behind schedule we are. Let's get everything. We're going to leave the GPU on, air conditioner on. Done that. We've done that. They can all shut. Cargo can go. Those doors can shut. They can all go. And we can shut the door, and then it's just the air conditioning and GPU that we've got to get rid of. I think what I will do... no, we're not going to pre-pan pushback. Speedboat Concorde 613, stand 517, request engine start.
Give it 613, start approved.
Start approved, Speedboat 613. So, that's done. Door lights. Don't even know where they are. It's embarrassing, isn't it? Ah, master warning, you test it up now. Find that weird. Throttle's idle, engine feed pumps, they are over here somewhere. Right, engine feed pumps, that's all of these that engine feed. I think it's just all of these, they can all go on. Doesn't have an APU Concorde, so you've got to start up on stand, get 2 running and then push after that. Clearance to start obtained from ground. Bleed air source. Now, are 6 up here, yes. So, bleed air is going to be conditioning. Anyway, we should have something. Cross bleed. I don't know why it does it that order, but it's all of those need to be on. Cross bleed open. Greater than 4 hours, I'm going to say yes. So there's the debo. Over here. Yeah, there they are, engine debo, so they're all on normal. Say. Night off start, okay. So, I think the bleed air valves are these ones. Cross bleed, condition valve, fuel valve, bleed air valve, open, start valve, this might actually be beyond me at this point, guys. I'd expect it to be these ones. It doesn't tell you which ones to start, but I think it's 3 first. It's really not a deal, is it? Got condition valves, start valve. It's all the fuel. Anyway, I think that lights up, and then let's just have a look over here. Ignition, throttles, they're all on, mast heats are all on. So it should just be a case now of opening the valves and the engine should start. It looks like it is.
Heathrow Tower, good day sir. Lufthansa 905 with you for radio check, thank you.
Gosh, that was stressful.
Radio 5 by 5.
And 2 is rising.
Lufthansa 905 with you, info Alpha on board, gate 220.
Oh, the shutdown handle light did light.
38, ready to copy clearance to Innsbruck as filed.
Lufthansa 905 cleared at Innsbruck, Detling 2 Golf, departure runway 27 left, squawk 7576.
Get rid of ground air in a moment.
Clear to destination Innsbruck, runway 27 left.
And there we go, the N267. Yes.
Squawk 7576.
That looks like the aeroplane is started. So let's take those off. Get back over here and condition valve, engine 3 on,
9000 with no speed restriction. Sky 36,
of the hydraulic pumps.
Heading 125. Lead Bovington 125, Sky 286. Sky 36, information Alpha, report your aircraft type.
Hydraulic pump 3's on. Generator, I think, was on anyway.
Sky 286, information Alpha, report your aircraft type. Aircraft type A320 Neo, Sky 286.
Sure, okay, Gen. That's the shedding buses. Okay, no, we don't need that one. So I think that is the engine started. We can shut engine bleed air valve.
Request push and start, Lufthansa 985.
And close the cross bleed.
Lufthansa 985, confirm your stand number.
And then start engine number 2.
Lufthansa 985, push and start approved.
Light comes on.
Push and start approved, Lufthansa 985.
Go outside and listen. Oh jeez, cover your ears, guys. Pretty cool. If a super sketchy start, I think this checklist could certainly be clearer when it comes to which engines to start. Anyway, we're going to look for 67. I need a flight engineer. Anybody want to volunteer? Oh, we've been streaming. Geez, an hour. We're well behind schedule. I think it was 40-minute startup was probably being hopeful at the best of times. So, without further ado, let's get better pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Here he comes.
Can I just confirm that Skyways 286 to leave Bovington on heading 125?
So each engine, it isn't, it's repeat for engine number 2 because you don't start all 4 on stand. And this isn't before pushback either. So this happens, this is effectively the after start and you've got to have completed both of them, as far as I'm aware.
Heading 125, report your aircraft type.
We'll leave Bovington heading 125, AFS A320, speed at 7 km.
7 km, brakes, Sky 360, descend, flight level up.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
275, 270 or greater. No ATC speed restriction at this time. Okay, no ATC speed restriction at this time.
There we go. Should definitely be a bit more rainy than this, I think.
So 905 Heathrow direct, thank you. Leave landborne heading 270 degrees, report your aircraft type. Information Bravo.
So that's all
Flight
done.
level 90.
Trim for takeoff a little bit later.
Confirm it's ILS 27 right.
AFM 27 right.
Speedbird 9 Lima, stand
But I think we are ready for push. I think that's that lad over there.
Speedbird 905, turn left heading 240 degrees, descend, flight level 80.
Speedbird 9 Lima, 53, stand 5 degrees, request push and start.
Speedbird 9 Lima, push and start approved.
It's not going to want to be stuck behind us. Speedbird Concorde 613, stand 517, request push.
Speedbird Concorde 613, set squawk 3377.
Oh, it doesn't do this. We'll recycle 3377, Speedbird 613.
Lufthansa 985 is ready for taxi.
Skyway 286, 28 traffic miles, runway 27 right, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 982 hectopascals.
Descend 4,000 feet, 982 hectopascals.
What does it say?
286, speed 220 knots, augurator.
Doesn't tell me what I'm squawking.
0, augurator skies 286.
Speed 905, speed 220 knots, you got 25 miles, runway 27 right, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 982 hectopascals.
Alright, 2 we have set.
Speed 905, QNH 982. Speed 7, keep it up and descend, flight level 80, speed 220.
He's busy. And we are chomping through the fuel.
Gary 286, turn right, heading 140 degrees.
Right 140 degrees, skies 286.
So we do need a little bit of fuel priority. I've got 2 tons for taxi. Hopefully that'll be enough.
Ready for taxi, Lufthansa 985.
Taxi 2 tons, yep.
Lufthansa 985, taxi left Alpha, hold at November.
Should have 1.1 as well. Ah, they're doing a changeover. That's less than ideal for us.
Taxi holding point November Bravo 3 via Alpha, Lufthansa 985.
613, push approved, face south.
Push approved face south, speed 613, thanks. So, better push back.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
Enter.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
There goes the brake.
Starting pushback.
Oh, he didn't say engine may start engines. Well, I guess he knows they're already started. It's 1309. And we can start the others. I don't know what the sequence was. So, let's go. Engine number 4. Where's me engine button? I think that's just the angle of attack. Dipping about. It might be dense, why can't I see them? Oh, they're here, look. There you go. 1. Oh. That's the only thing with this. 1136. There you go, you can get it wrong. A bit jittery.
985 from November Bravo 3, surface wind 21.
Frame rate's taken a little bit of an attack.
Left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27 left, Lufthansa 985.
Now, was there anything I forgot, or are they just being a bit slow to start up? Oh, I tell you what I didn't do. Didn't do the after starts for those, did I? So cross bleed on 2 comes off. That goes on. It's weird, you'd think those would be the other way around. Whatever. The pumps need to go on, don't they? 2, 3. I think the gens are already on, as we found out.
Speedbird 9 Lima, request taxi.
Operation complete. Set parking
That's
brake.
stable.
Speedbird 9 Lima, taxi via Bravo, hold to Lockheed.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Engine number 1 started.
For tower, good afternoon, United 263 radio check.
United 263 tower, readability 5.
So we did the pump, generators, shut the cross bleed. Oh, I've got to do that for this. See, this is definitely why you need a trusty flight engine.
Burn 767, 300, stand 246, information Bravo, requesting clearance please to Newark.
Roll on anyway.
Stand by, call you back, break, Brunei 4, thank you, that's copied and correct, report when you're ready.
Taking a little bit of hit on the CPU.
263 is cleared to Newark, GOG C2 Golf departure, squawk 2045,
Those disconnected, a bypass pin has been removed.
Waiting for
Hand signal on the
67.
right. We'll see you next
Clearly
time.
43
Have
as
a
well.
safe flight.
Look at that fuel flow, 1.1 tons per hour. Right, that's stable. So we'll shut that, turn that on. I think I can get a hang of this. Finally pop those pumps on. The gens are on. Oh, where is the emergency hydraulic gen?
Delta 414 Tower, clear to Frankfurt, Gatling 2 Golf departure, squawk 7536.
Where is ground bypass?
To Frankfurt, Gatling 2 Golf 7536 is squawk, Lufthansa 414.
That's a 414, correct? Didn't know you flew.
Didn't know you controlled.
Good bit of bounce going on. Right, is it up here?
Delta 985, contact under control 134.125.
There is so much in this jet.
Contact London approach 132.6, Lufthansa 985.
Delta 985, negative, London control on 134.125.
34125, good, we've got them set.
Sorry, contact London control 134.125. Thank you, bye bye.
Pass, right, I can't find those.
Bye bye.
SSB. Closed. I don't think it's that one. On. Normal. Flows, temperature sectors. Pass. It's going to be a problem. So, shed galleys. Water heater. All on.
Push and start approved.
Taxi, flight controls, nose visor, parking brake. Okay. Inlets. There's a fuel pumps. Gonna be a lot to do before departure.
United 263, stand 2.
So,
ready for push and start.
Edit 263, push and start approved, face south.
Push start approved, face south. United.
which ones are the taxis? I think. They are these ones. Everything else is good. We're set for takeoff. Auto throttles don't go on yet. Or do they? Before taxi, right? Nose wheel I can't do. That I can't do. Master warning panel. A thing. Engine anti-ice, I think I saw was off. Brake fans, they're over here.
Confirm speedbird 905. Speedbird 905, hello, continue approach. Continue approach, speedbird 905.
No, I thought there was more than one brake fan. Let me just check. Brake fans on. I was sure that there was more to that. Secondary air, fuel heaters, brake fans, engine idle switch to low.
People Tower, people 7 Kilo Papa with you, ILS 27 right.
People 7 Kilo Papa, hello, continue approach.
Continue approach, people 7 Kilo Papa.
I definitely thought that there's more to the brake fans than that. Individual ones. Stall warnings, I'm not going to check. Engine feed pumps. Oh, they were already on, so I'm just checking they're on. Difficult to tell. Hydraulics, they're all on. Ground equipment clear. Okay, and our before takeoff trim setting. Elevon is minus 2.5. Is that way. It's a bit of a long way. I can reset that when we're ready. Okay, nose and visor to 5. Just going to roll forward and check the brakes. Good. Flight instruments, all normal, no flags. Cool. Effectively ready to go. Oh, the taxi checks are going to be grief. Colimata Concorde 613, request taxi.
Colimata 613, taxi via Alpha, hold Lowman.
Taxi Alpha, hold Lowman, Colimata 613.
Colimata 9 Lima, hold at November Bravo.
All the way down.
Hold November Bravo 2 Echo, Colimata 9 Lima.
So, we are going to go forwards.
905, surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots, 27
No takeoff config to check. Yeah, that works, even though the handle doesn't appear to move. Tiller does work. Wow, that took a while to get going, didn't it? I need to brush up on this. Watch a few more videos. But you guys, I would definitely suggest get this jet. We're on Alpha Yankee, we're going to be crossing from that taxi sign there.
Colimata 9 Lima from November Bravo 2 Echo, surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots.
A bit stuttery, and I think that is because of the Seva plug-in.
From November Bravo 2 Echo, clear takeoff T7, Colimata 9 Lima.
Acceptable frame rate. Link 5-3.
Lufthansa 999.
Next on Alpha.
Lufthansa 99 tower, readability 5.
Don't want to cross the runway, it's the second left.
394, hold position.
Here's Alpha, and we're going to go all the way down to the end. Oh, I've got all these to do. Weird noises. Oh, not a bad bit of taxiing there. Not great. Give her a squeeze more power. Doing so well up until then.
901, second left Alpha, hold at Lowman.
So let's get the flight engineer to
Fuel trim 2, takeoff.
set for takeoff.
Lufthansa 414236, request a straight push and start.
Engines.
Lufthansa 414, push and start approved.
They are set takeoff.
Lufthansa 414.
Auto throttles can come on. Auto ignition on.
9263, ready for taxi.
9263, taxi straight ahead, hold at Lima 1.
Straight ahead, Lima 1, United 263.
394, hold position after the outbound United 767, taxis behind, push and start approved, face south.
Quite a bit of power to get going.
Diva 905, turn right on Alpha, hold short of Charlie.
So it wants us to check those.
Diva
Back to
905,
main.
expedite off the runway, don't stop on the runway please, there's traffic behind you.
Cool, they are checked. Train masts,
Diva 905.
all on. Engine flight climb. Static heaters, I'll check those.
Kilo Papa, surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots.
So I just need to move over. A bit stuttery.
United 263, are you able November Bravo 3 today or do you require full length?
We can take November Bravo 3.
Train mast, flight rating.
United 263,
Static
taxi straight ahead, hold
heaters.
at November Bravo
On.
3.
Straight ahead, November Bravo 3, United 263.
Oh, drifting off again. It's engine probe heaters. Where them? Oh, now we pick up some speed. So let's get over here. I do need to set a view for this. ADS, do I need the standbys on? Whatever. Takeoff limited to 88. Well, let's stay on the taxiway.
Diva 613, give way to Lufthansa A350.
Giving way to the Lufthansa ahead, Speedbird 613. Takeoff limiter is over there, and I'm pretty sure I did see that that was...
Control 119.775.
First IFL clearance to Stuttgart.
88.
19.725, Colimata 9 Lima, bye-bye.
Oh, I hope this guy's not going to get in the way.
775.
You're low on fuel now.
775, sorry about that, Colimata 9 Lima.
Sorry, Diva 918, tower standby.
United 263, line up 27 left, fine November Bravo 3.
November Bravo 3, line up 27 left, United 263.
Viva 7 Kilo Papa, taxi via Alpha 506.
Alpha 506.
Okay, I don't think I can do any of those. Main transfer pumps, I might be able to. Oh, I'm going to get stuck behind this guy doing nothing.
Squawk 7250.
Oh, come on, dude.
Cleared to Stuttgart via the Detling 2 Golf departure, squawk 7250, speed 918.
Viva 918, correct.
So now I need some more fuel to get this going. So, what am I looking for? Fuel panel set checked.
Heathrow Tower, British Airways 14. Heathrow Tower, with you on the flight.
Jesus, come on, guys.
Gatwick.
Tank 11.
T station, triple four
I think it's fine because it manages the fuel for us. D-Air
901, hold November Bravo 2 Echo.
on.
Lufthansa 901, hold November Bravo 2 Echo.
Hold November Bravo 2 Echo, Lufthansa 901.
No, because we've stopped.
Lufthansa 414, ready taxi.
Lufthansa 414, hold at Kilo 1.
Okay, 1, Lufthansa 414.
Viva 613, do you require full length or are you able November Bravo 2 Echo?
Would request the full length, please. Speedbird 613.
Roger.
We've got to get going now.
Heathrow Tower, Qatar 2546, clear push and start, stand 234.
Sorry, 2546, push and start approved, face south.
Push and start approved, face south.
Lufthansa 414, left Bravo, hold Lockheed.
Left on Bravo for Lucky, Lufthansa 414.
United 263, surface wind 217.
Oh, and I'm still going to catch up with this guy. Oh, jeez.
27 left, close takeoff, United 263.
Gonna be grim.
Viva 613, Alpha, link 28, hold at November Bravo 1.
Alpha, link 2, and hold November Bravo 1. Speedbird 613.
Link 28.
Apologies, 28.
Yep.
Just trying to look for it on there. Link 2.
Lufthansa 901,
Yeah,
fine
okay.
November Bravo 2 Echo.
It's not really a link, but whatever. So 6, 11, 8, 7A, 5 and 10. Jeez. This guy needed to know what he was doing, unlike me. So there's a D-Air. Pumps will get left.
79, 8.5 to SAMAR.
Viva 79, hello, continue approach.
79.
Lufthansa 414, link 28, hold November Bravo 2 Echo.
Link 28 for November Bravo 2 Echo, Lufthansa 414.
Viva 613 at Alpha Whiskey 2, give way to Lufthansa A330.
Alpha Whiskey 2, give way to an A330, Speedbird 613.
Shuttle 4 Zulu, surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots, 27 right, clear to land.
Chase land 27 right, short 4 Zulu.
There is Alpha Whiskey 2. Oh, right down the end. Oh no, we're going to do a left. Okay, so we're going to go down to the left. We're going to go down, left.
Heathrow delivery, British.
Oh, okay, he's taking us around the houses.
Request IFR clearance to Gatwick. Depart runway 27 left, depart Bravo Papa Kilo 7 Golf.
Oh my god.
I sent you a message, sir.
Take off monitor. Right, so that's what we can do next. I hope we are good to go.
Under control 134.125.
That might be the A330.
Bye-bye.
Been cleared past Lowman, and we need to stop at Alpha Whiskey 2, which is just ahead. Then we're going to do a left and then a right and all the way back round on ourselves.
That's 901, surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots, 27 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 7 left, Lambda 901.
Lufthansa 414, line up 27 left, fine November Bravo 2 Echo.
Line up 27 left, Lufthansa 414.
Lufthansa 999 requesting clearance to Brussels as filed.
Heathrow Tower, hello, Shuttle 3 Romeo, established on the ILS 27 right to land.
Shuttle 3 Romeo, hello, continue approach.
So we're going to go left
Shuttle 3 Romeo.
and then back round. Bit of a waste actually. I should have looked at the values and taken the intersection from here. Right.
394 left turn on Alpha, hold at November Bravo 2 Echo.
Oh, this could go wrong.
To the left.
Shall we try and avoid this
To the left, hold
dip
short
in the
Charlie,
scenery?
Short 4 Zulu.
Might be easier said than done.
Short 4 Zulu now vacated. Be the 729, surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots, 27 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 27 right, spirit 79.
Be the 613 behind departing Lufthansa A330, line up 27 left, fly November Bravo 1 behind.
Behind departing A330, line up and wait 27 left, November Bravo 1 behind, Speedbird Concorde 613.
Lufthansa 901, score mode Charlie. Middle 4 Zulu, taxi via Alpha.
So, anti-collision, nav lights on.
507, taxi via Alpha, short 4 Zulu, thank you. Panther line 99, I have no flight plan, please resend. Lufthansa 901, contact line control.
Takeoff monitor is on.
125. Bye.
Just do those to remind me.
Through delivery, British 142, attempt 334.
So set pitch index, set takeoff clearance. We're just waiting for.
Bravo, Papa Kilo 7 Golf.
Okay, I ask you again, sir. Bravo Alpha Whiskey, please.
Approaching
okay,
27 left.
And you need to file a flight plan.
Check, okay.
So here we are,
414,
lining up.
210 degrees, 14 knots, 27 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff, 27 left, Lufthansa 414.
At least got us into position.
394 behind departing British Airways Concorde from the full length, line up 27
On runway
left, fly November Bravo
27
2
left, flaps, flaps.
We have no flaps. Now I'm going to set the parking brake, even though we wouldn't in reality.
Alpha, hold short of Charlie.
Join Alpha, short Charlie, Spirit 79.
Give a stand today.
Wouldn't do that in reality.
Viva 79, do you have a stand today?
Any would do.
So you're not meant to arm the auto. You can't arm the auto throttle.
335, request for clearance. To Gatwick, depart the runway 27 left, and depart the Bravo Papa Kilo 7 Golf.
No flight plan, please resend.
Lufthansa 99, stand 251, type Embraer 195, request clearance to Brussels as filed.
Underline 99, thank you, I'll call you back, stand by.
Okay.
79 Alpha 511.
For the greens, 501, Spirit 79.
Shuttle 3 Romeo, surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots, 27 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 27 right, shot 3 Romeo.
On runway 27 left, on runway 27 left.
Squawk 2147.
Squawk 2147.
Maybe it would have had XRAS.
2 Golf.
Ooh, frame rate's tanking a bit there.
Panzer line 99, correct.
Sure.
Zulu requesting gate 505 due to AI aircraft in the way.
Before Zulu, no problem, right turn onto link 56, 505.
Stand 505 via link 56, thank you very much.
Shuttle 3 Romeo, surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots, 27 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, shot 3 Romeo.
Lufthansa 414, contact line control 134.125.
London 134.125, thanks, Tom, see you.
They just
Flight plan submitted, British Airways 142.
Come on, buddy.
Call you back. Viva 613, surface wind 210 degrees, 14 knots, 27 left, clear to takeoff.
Clear takeoff, 27 left, Speedbird Concorde 613, thanks.
Heathrow delivery, British 142.
Bricks off.
335, request for clearance. To Gatwick, depart runway 27 left.
3,
and
2,
Bravo,
1,
Papa Kilo 7
now.
Golf.
Okay, your call sign is Speedbird, and Bravo Papa Kilo is to the north, you're going south. So stand by, and I will call you back, please. Give me a minute to sort out your flight plan.
Lots of rudder required.
The 142.
Thank you.
Probably didn't help that I wasn't quite on the centre line.
Power set.
Speedbird 142, there is a new flight plan. I have sent it to you. Tracy Gatwick, max it 1 Golf departure, squawk 3511.
Okay, I'll copy it to the flight plan.
Gear up.
Speedbird 142.
150 knot gear coming up. 200.
Yeah, I'll call you back with your clearance in a moment once you're sorted.
Cool, that is
Shuttle 3
twitchy.
Romeo right onto Alpha, hold shot of Charlie.
Really twitchy.
Alpha, hold shot Charlie, shot 3 Romeo. Speedbird 918, ready for start.
Speedbird 918, push and start approved, face up.
Wow.
Speedbird 613, contact under control 134.125.
London 134.125, thanks. Speedbird Concorde 613, bye.
Bye-bye. 394, center swing 210 degrees, 14 knots, 27 left, clear for takeoff.
Okay, so let's get the airplane under control.
Speedbird 142, I can find the waypoint max.
Heading.
One calls.
Pitch hold. Outer choir.
Listen, and please wait for people to respond to me before you talk. You can't just cut up people because it just causes problems. So please listen and wait for people to respond before you speak. Lufthansa 901, resume navigation, direct to Conan.
Control 109 Alpha Papa climbing through 3,700 feet. Bog now with X-ray departure.
Tomjet 9 Alpha Papa under control, roger. Break runner 3 Delta Bravo, turn left heading 360 degrees.
Turn left heading 360.
So we're off to Woodley.
Oh. 4 flight heading 110 degrees, climb flight level 180.
Heading 110 to flight level 180.
Fuel trim 2, flight.
That was really all over the place.
Lufthansa
Oh
901,
gosh.
London 132.6.
132.6,
London, good afternoon. Speedbird Concorde 613 Gogsy 2 Golf, altitude 6,000 feet.
9 Alpha Papa, climb now, flight level 1, correction, climb now, flight level 120.
Climb level 120, Tomjet 9 Alpha Papa.
Why am I not transmitting that side?
Good evening, Lufthansa 901 on flight level 180.
Lufthansa 901, you're still on this frequency, need 132.6.
My apologies, sir.
Alpha, no, continue approach.
Not sure why that is. London, good afternoon. Speedbird Concorde 613 Gogsy 2 Golf, altitude 6,000 feet.
Got this Speedbird Concorde 613 London control, hello, squawk ident, climb now, flight level 150.
Squawk ident, climb flight level 150, request free speed, Speedbird Concorde 613.
Good 613, no ATC speed restriction.
No ATC speed, Speedbird Concorde 613.
Speedbird 1385, descend to flight level 130.
130 Speedbird 130.
Hey, takeoff monitors off. This can go to flight.
Passing correction, holding 4,000.
Easy 95 Yankee Victor, London control, hello, climb now, flight level 100.
Nose up.
Flight level 100, easy 95 Yankee Victor.
Oh, and I have no idea where I am.
3 Delta Bravo,
We
report
need
your heading to London
113.
132.6.
Contact London on 132.6, report heading ground 3 Delta Bravo.
Delta 414, fly heading 090 degrees.
That's probably pretty sketchy when you trace it. So we pretty much want to be VMO.
Speedbird 1385, route direct to Holly.
Direct to Holly, Speedbird 1385.
10,000 feet.
So, oh no.
Speedbird 2634, contact London 132.6.
Let's get inbound towards Southampton.
Speedbird 613, contact London 132.6.
London 1326, thanks for the service. Speedbird Concorde 613.
Speedbird 1385, can you repeat the waypoint, please?
Asiana 728, monitor Unicom 122.8.
How did we do? Bad. Oh, why is that trace not showing up?
Bravo London, hello, climb flight level 240.
Climb to flight level 240, Delta Bravo.
Ryanair 8 Golf Zulu, fly heading 270 degrees, descend to
So
flight level
I don't think that's a max climb. So let's go back to Oh, we didn't out acquire.
20,000 feet.
It's just out hold. That's the one thing you got to watch with this. I'm doing a terrible job, aren't I?
Speedbird 2634 London, hello, climb flight level 330.
Climbing to flight level 330,
London Control, good day. No shuttle, flight 1 Mike, flight 340 inbound, Barbie.
North Shuttle 51 Mike, London, hello, Tebra 1 Golf arrival, descend now, flight level 260.
Tebra 1 Golf for arrival and now descending, flight level 260, North Shuttle, flight 1 Mike.
Lufthansa 414, climb flight level 290.
Literally can't get a word in edgeways.
290, Lufthansa 414. KLM 199 when ready, descend flight level 150, level by Kidley.
When ready, descend level 150 by Kidley, KLM 199.
London, Speedbird Concorde 613. Apologies for the level bus, Goxie 3 Golf, out, flight level 213.
2613, no worries, climb now, flight level 260.
I'm now flight level 260, Speedbird Concorde 613, thanks.
On the control is 95 Yankee.
So,
130 heading 05.
we haven't got far to go.
Easy 95 Yankee Victor, London, hello,
Get the
climb
airplane up.
230.
Vertical speed. Don't forget to hit out acquire.
41 Echo Alpha, descend flight level 90.
790, Ryanair 4 Echo.
Ryanair 443, descend flight level 80.
So outbound Southampton.
0, Ryanair 443.
What do we need to be doing?
Zulu, speed 220
Be turning.
Descend to RC 5,000 feet, QNH 982 hectopascals. QNH 982 hectopascals.
255, I think. So actually, let's go minus
135.450. Bye bye. One 135.450.
So that should get us heading on track.
Bye-bye.
126075, thanks very much for the service, Speedbird Concorde 613.
Bye. Private 27 Hotel Yankee, nothing further now, Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
London, good afternoon, Speedbird Concorde 613, just overhead Southampton, climbing flight level 260.
Speedbird 613, London, good afternoon. Climb flight level 300.
Climb flight level 300, Speedbird Concorde 613. So decimal 95 is what we want. Let's go max climb, get there as quick as we can. So climb rate, engines, the whole thing was all a bit of a mess. QNH, oh, we haven't done that. So we're going to be at 300 pretty quick actually. Go back to vertical speed. Amazing what you definitely need. 3 people in this airplane. Ooh, awful stutters going on there.
Mach 1, Mach over speed warning. Auto throttle off.
Uh-oh. It's all crawling to a stop. Oh, great.
30,000 feet.
Okay, there's out hold.
Speedbird Concorde 613, climb flight level 400, report ready for supersonic.
Climb flight level 400 and we'll aim to accelerate just after we pass Land's End, Speedbird Concorde 613.
Speedbird Concorde 613,
So we want Mach hold. So Portland down there.
Ryanair 6 Kilo
Kilo Alpha, level 400 inbound Murrell.
Ryanair 6 Kilo Alpha, London Control, good afternoon, Squawks. ID.
There's Mac hold.
ID, 6 Kilo Alpha.
.95.
Ryanair 6 Kilo Alpha, thanks.
400 is a bit inefficient, but it might not. It may actually not work out. We need sort of 2830, so maybe we should have declined that climb. It's just trying to help us out. Anyway, I am going to tune the Land's End EOR 1142, 143 miles. Probably max climb. Interesting. Trim to flight, I think we've done. Let's check. And I guess we can let the packs out. Maybe the climb is really inefficient. Oh no, it's because we got... So we want max climb, so actually... I have to do a pitch hold, because we need to maintain that climb speed. Just watching the Mac meter now. Yeah, there we go, that's a bit better. Like I said, I think this is actually probably relatively inefficient. So I am just trying to maintain decimal 9.5 just with the pitch. There we go, let's see if we can do that. Oh, nice, well done, Rick. Sorry, I'm literally maxed out and it doesn't help with these stutters. We panic, think that everything's going wrong. There's a lot more practice in this jet. There is a lot to do. Anyway, what we can do is have a look and see distance time. It's only 12 minutes till we get to Land's End, and then we are going to smash the throttles forward, crack on. So the airplane should be levelling off. Which it is. Still on INS. Let's see, OR1 pretty much pointing towards it. Where the tracer's gone, you can see we're along that airway, which is good. I'm going to assume... Oh no, flight path, there you go. Look, that wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either, was it? There's Woodley. Lots going on. So there's Berry Head. Plymouth, I think, now shut, which is a real shame. And I'm not sure if this was the most efficient flight profile or if it would have been better to go over South Wales, accelerate, and then supersonic the left-hand turn. So I did choose to just go straight to Land's End and hang a left, and the reason we've gone that far out, if you look at the charts, is just to get us, probably could have gone a little bit closer and accelerated after Berry Head. That might have been better actually, Berry Head, and then somewhere like OGDOR into the French FIR, but whatever. Need to do some more reading to try and figure out why the profile was 26280 at decimal 95. Maybe it was more efficient.
2167, flight level 340. Flight level 340 to 167. Pulse 1, London Patrol, good afternoon, runway 26. Clear for takeoff.
How's the old frame rate doing?
270 degrees.
Yeah, you can see those stutters from Seaver.
Takeoff runway 26, thank you, Pulse 1.
But Seaver is good. Maybe this is going to mess the flight profile up because you look at what the max CFG limit is, and you have a look at, you look at where the MMO is versus where we are. Maybe it'll be a bit too draggy. Anyway, I guess we'll find out. I shouldn't have accepted that clearance, but I am doing a slightly non-standard route. Although they are okay airways. We were filed, well, the trouble is I filed it in the flight plan as 280 along here, but controllers don't always take that into account. Do something like that in case we need the pitch index. So we are 87 miles from Southampton, 83 to go. 9 minutes. So still got a ground speed of 550 compared to, let's have a look at people that are around us. Sweetbird 15 Alpha LFRB. We're doing 100 knots more than most of these guys.
Pulse 1, thanks. Core cadets, climb now, flight level 160.
Why don't you have, I'm climbing now, flight level 160, Pulse 1.
Don't see him. Still online. London's online, and then nobody else, so might as well tune 1228. Standby. 228. Be nice if there was a flip-flop for that. We had 1 minute 6 of afterburner, which is interesting. Should have had a bit more. That's an interesting difference, but you see that's the slant range, that's INS distance. 69 is that distance is gonna get greater as we get closer, because obviously we are about 5 miles up, so that shouldn't get down to 5. So look outside, shall we? Might be a bit loud. Just going over Plymouth, so not long. Land's End is just down here. We are pegging straight for it, which means the INS is working, which is good. Great bit of kit, just need to figure those stutters out. It doesn't look like anything else. Shanawa's on, Porto's on, so we might have a chat with them because we're going straight through like 500 miles of their airspace. or PPC. Just tune that as a reminder, which is 12555. Now it should. So that's RX on both. How do I switch the transmit? Because that was the issue earlier. Don't know if that works. Now that's interesting. The trim is flicking around, which I don't think it should. It should all just be done on fuel. So you got HF there. So yeah, interesting. Monitoring that. Not quite sure where the mic switch is. Oh, that might be it. No, cell cow. Got the boom mic on.
Tom Jet 7 Mike Tango across over the sun.
Tom Jet 7 Tango. Nothing better between here and Manchester. Unicom 122 Mike.
So, who's this Aussie dude? Angus. Server Singapore, yeah, he must be out in Kiwi. Aussie land. Oh. Maybe we will have to speak to 1318. See. We just clip going through Shanwick. I think actually the engine rating should go into flight. We should go from climb to cruise. And then we have to reflick those back for acceleration if I am right. Where's the boatman? Didn't have time to do any of that. Climb. Yeah, see, optimal subsonic is 95280, so may not be optimal. So we did 2 and 3 and then 1 and 4 separately. Not long, couple of minutes. 2 minutes and then we'll turn and start on our way. See the Ortho down there. There you go, you can start to see that distance increasing now as that slant range gets greater. 40,000 feet is 7 miles.
London, good afternoon, EC 1759 with you at Bristol, requesting clearances filed with information Bravo, Airbus A320.
Easy 1759, London Control, good afternoon, I'll call you back.
1759, copy, standing by.
Well, there's our turn. That's pretty cool. Can't see the end of England. There you go, like I said, 6 miles above the VOR from the DME. And we should just be going straight off down this way. Not sure what's down there.
Easy 1759.
1759, go ahead.
Easy 1759, cleared to Focal by Export 1 X-ray departure, squawk 7275.
Clearance filed on the Export 1 X-ray and 7275 on the squawk, easy 1759.
Easy 1759, correct.
Kilo Alpha, level 400 requested, sir.
Rhino 6, Kilo Alpha, when ready, descend flight level 200.
He's off to Manchester.
200 level octane, Rhino 6, Kilo Alpha.
Speedboat Concorde 613, request acceleration and transonic climb.
Speedbird 613, when ready, clear to enter block altitude, flight level 500 to flight level 600.
Already cleared enter block fire, flight level 500, flight level 600. Speedbird 613. Cool, so, have been cleared for that. I'm going to take the auto throttle off.
Auto throttle off.
We are going to take the Mach hold off. We're going to go max climb, full power.
London, easy 1759, ready for push and start.
There's one relight. Oh, and there's the sound barrier.
Easy 1759, pushback and start approved.
Pushback approved, face south, easy
And we might have to
1759.
take over in a moment. There's all 4 afterburners. It actually dropped. And there we go, you can start to see that CG moving as we speed up, and then max climb should take us up to that barber pole. Yeah, that's concerning. I was under the impression that it should be there. So, engines checked. We're not really climbing, not yet. Maybe that's why it was relatively inefficient. I mean, we're still accelerating pretty quick. So 350 for the descent. Oh, Shamrock's gone offline anyway.
Mach 1.3. Ramps moving.
There you go, and we're starting to approach. CG's looking good. So I just need to figure out how to switch the mic over. So it's not far to go to the FIR boundary, and then the next point is going to take us to the FIR boundary for Shanwick, however you want to say it. There we go, there's the airplane climbing. Should start to go up like a proper rocket. Do you think they armed that in reality just to stop themselves going over it? There she is, climbing like a rocket now. Look at that. 1,000 knots. Take the reheats off in a moment. You can get it. Oh, that doesn't really work, does it? Really see max climb's working quite well. Certainly holding it by the pole.
I suggest reheat off.
1.7, the reheat goes off, and look, we still accelerate at full chat. Got another 150 knots to accelerate.
London Easy 175, now I'm ready for taxi.
Easy 175, Nano taxi Alpha X-ray holding point, runway 27.
Taxi Alpha X-ray 1 holding, runway 27, Easy 1759.
And I think she's pretty light. Should reach Mach 2.
Pulsar 1, contact London 132.6, good day.
132.6, thanks very much, Pulsar 1.
You turning that early? What was it, ADRUD? Let's have a look. What was ADRUD?
613, nothing further, Unicom 122.8, good afternoon.
Unicom 122.8, thanks for the service, have a great day, speedbird Concorde 613, bye bye. There we go, so this should work out quite well. So, I mean, it's just crazy. Look, 127 miles to go, 7 minutes. It's just ridiculous. Now, I think max cruise should automatically take over at 2.02. In reality, it was based on, where's the little temperature? There it is. T-max. I'm not sure how well that's modelled.
Passing Mach 2.
There we go, max cruise, max climb. Don't know if I have to take max climb off. Hello, what's going on there? What is that about? Icing or what? Very strange. Weird. What is that, Buffett? So we can pop those in cruise. That is strange. Have I done anything wrong? Do we need any de-ice? Don't need any engine anti-icing. That's really weird. Is that? No, it doesn't look like the Seaver stuttering, does it? Looks like some form of aerodynamic stutterage. Maybe the trim was slightly out, so we can set that back to 0. It's still doing it. Weird. It's going to be annoying if it does that all flight. We are cool. I think we are relatively light, so . hopefully we haven't wasted too much fuel. It is a little bit of a concern because we are burning 20... Quite is it? That's 5.3 and that's in tons. $21 an hour. And how far have we got to go? We were at LAPEX. So we should burn, that looks about right, we'll burn about 21 tons of fuel. Got about 1,000 miles to go, so what I'm not happy about is this stuttering, that's really irritating. Okay, so max cruise, that doesn't work. That. Don't know if anyone else has had it. Kind of wanted a toilet break at top of climb, but been a little bit concerned. Santiago, that's probably the nearest point we cross the coast of northern Spain. We can also have a look. We're going to pick up seven, 8. Yeah, that's within 200 miles. It wants to shut itself. System's normal flight mode. So what is this? Weird.
Auto throttle off.
Okay, so I think that's us just going over. It's jittering. So it's 134 miles to LAPEX. No, we were overhead LAPEX. We've done a right turn, so we're going to ADVAT 173. That looks wrong. Just went over LAPEX, so it should be 173, but it does not appear to be. That I find quite odd. Anyway, it's not going to take long, is the point. So you can see that's the FIR boundary. You can't see the other one. And then LAPEX is like down here somewhere on this airway, but we're well above them anyway, so it doesn't matter. But at least what I tried to do in planning this was, apart from this awful jittering, was I tried to plan on the FIR boundaries because those will show up on the radar screens. Those points there, they will have marks. Whereas if I just pick random spots, they won't so much. It didn't increase the trip distance too much. Just hope that the aeroplane does not fall out of the sky. shaking about as it is. Pretty much got to our altitude equilibrium now, which kind of makes sense. We are light, drifting up to 57. See if there's anybody about to watch us overtake. Sadly not. Although, GCTS, Tenerife, Ryanair from Edinburgh. That's a 4-hour trip. Edinburgh to Tenerife. So we may well end up catching them. They've just gone over Porto. No, PR. Yeah, Porto. Oh, I am sorry about the shaking, guys. Not quite sure what set that off. There we are, picking up DME off the northern coast of Spain. Really irritating. I hope it doesn't make anyone feel queasy. Maybe it's just because X-Plane thinks there's turbulence. There shouldn't be turbulence at this altitude. It's head shake. So why don't I try turning head shake off? Yep, that's fixed it. Weird. Great, as long as the aeroplane's not going to drop out the sky. Is it wind? The speed has just fluctuated a little bit. Dunno. Anyway. So, that is taking us to ADVAT. Going 4 to 5. LAPEX to ADVAT. Yeah, 135. Oh yeah, no, okay. And then ADVAT in a moment at 5 to 6. RIPEL is the point at which we need to speak to LPPC if they are online, which they still are. I'm not picking them up on the old X-Pilot, but we've got them tuned so we can speak to them. They will have our flight plan. We will go zipping through from RIPEL to OGDOR, which is the entire FIR. That is 512 miles, so we will be doing that in under 30 minutes. 25 minutes by the looks of things. I don't have a time to go, I should have worked all that out. But I certainly could. So we've got 512 divided by 1153 gives us 0.44, which is 26.6 minutes. .39, so I wasn't far off there, was I, when I said 25? I do like the CEVA, it's very clever as well. And it's even cleverer, the one that was made in reality. If you guys want to read up on it, it's really good. It's a really good bit of kit. So, as long as you're happy, I'll just leave this up here, unless I need to drop it off and get any of the stuff here. But you can see pretty much the whole cockpit down here. Not much to see out the window. I don't know how. We might just catch the coast of northern Spain. I'm not sure what our closest approach is going to be. There you go, 4 to 5.
Fuel status 40 tons.
So we are getting a little bit low on fuel, but of course we're going to be there relatively soon. 9 miles in 30 seconds. 18 miles a minute is pretty impressive. So is the fuel consumption. I don't think you can quite see out there. Now, it's going to do that and then go left, which I find a little bit strange, but never mind. So, 175 miles, it's got 173 on here. So yeah, the flight log that Concorde Performance gives is not as good as SimBrief, but SimBrief doesn't work for supersonic, unfortunately, which means you don't have a list of ETAs and everything. Anyway, 170 miles in 9 minutes. It's nice and quick. The only irritating thing about this is it does drag. It moves around despite pushing on buttons and things rather than just the bit at the top, but whatever. You can undock it as well, I think, but then that's a little bit less integrated, although I suppose maybe I can make it smaller. We'll play around another time. Seeing as we've got half an hour before essentially I think we have to start slowing down for descent. Let's just have a look on the chart. Oh, that takes us just to the south. So yeah, once we get over the waypoint after this, once we think OGDOR, is where we're going to have to start descending. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick toilet break, and I'll be back in a moment so that we can speak to Centre, even though they're showing up as offline. So that seems a bit strange. I think I feel so. Well, it seems quite quiet to me anyway. I don't know what it's like for you guys, but the engine noise and airflow noise and everything seems pretty quiet to me. As long as it's all right. 87 miles in 5 minutes. So yeah, it's pretty much all of the Porto Centre. Is it Porto Centre? Let's have a look. Lisbon FIR. So we're not going due south, we're sort of following the coast, and then it extends out to Madeira, etc. We're just going to a point sort of midway on the southern edge of that. And then we will be in the Casablanca FIR and then into the Canaries. So I'm going to have to start thinking about the arrival. 86 miles off the coast. Has that been increasing or is it still decreasing? It's over there somewhere. Don't know if you can see the curvature. Doesn't look like it's increasing, does it? Yes, it is now, so maybe that was the closest approach at 86 miles. So, the SAMAR arrival. It's pretty much straight into the Gran Canaria VOR. 12.9. You're going to need to track that inbound. It says 177. Oh no, 177 miles is SAMAR. Oh, actually, maybe we'll slow down at SAMAR then. I mean, that might be a little bit late. We'll figure it out now. SAMAR, radial 202. Then 1150 does work. But not the other way, how irritating, whatever. Then it's 186. Yep, there we go, 1255, please contact. Not sure what's going on there. So, Lisbon is the inbound RIPEL, 5 to 6, yes. Lisbon Centre, good afternoon. Speedbird Concorde 613, flight level 584, cleared block altitude, flight level 600, inbound to RIPEL.
Zero 613, level control identified, maintain flight level 600.
Let me take flight level 600 and we'll be direct to OGDOR, Speedbird 613.
Runway 9203, request taxi to runway 35.
Maybe he didn't hear us. Anyway, we are just...
Captain was calling, you were talking over someone.
So, 1425.
99203, was that you calling?
Runway 9203, request taxi to runway 35.
Runway 9203, taxi to holding point Bravo, runway 35.
Taxi to holding point Bravo, runway 35, runway 9203.
So, 26 minutes.
Lloyd 8 India Mike, ready to taxi.
Apply 8 India Mike, taxi to runway 05 via Charlie.
Via Charlie, runway 05, holding point, Papa Lloyd 8 India Mike.
Just run down the ETA of 40. Oh no, that's not Zulu, is it? It's 13. Yep, 13, 52, 39, give or take, 26.3, 500 miles. So that's the waypoint there. See, we've... Why's that waypoint not showing up? Oh, okay, that's because that's not the grid line. So the FIR boundary is here, it comes across. And there was our point, and you can see some massive angular bank at this speed for a very small change in track. and off we go. And we're going all the way due south, so you can see there was the top of Spain. Got Porto all out over here. Best map. And we are going to do basically, oh no, it's more than the length of Spain in 20 odd minutes. Silly. So approach wise, 1150 for the Gran Canaria VOR, 365 if we need it on the ADF. And then, oh, the flight's going quite well, right? Once I figured out that it was headshake that was giving us the grief. Trim should definitely be in the middle, should be 0.
Apollo 8 India Mike and Charlie. Apollo 8 India Mike backtrack runway 05. Clear for backtrack runway 05, Apollo 8 India Mike.
So we are 6 to 7. It would be a much better flight log if it had stuff. So at RIPEL, 890 miles to go. At SAMAR it's 185 miles, so maybe we should start our descent there. Maybe slightly before it. But I really don't have the descent calculator or the tables, so it's a little bit difficult to figure out. I'm sure there'd be a rule of thumb. Right, let's get the METAR for GCLP.
Uptime 174 true, let's book control squawk 4757.
Where's our landing page? So it says 165 is our approach speed. I think it's predicting 03 left. Landing weight now, I'm going to have to figure out the weight, aren't I? Fuel at destination, it's predicting 14.6 tons. Gives us 10 tons holding fuel, and then lots of, oh no, diversion fuel is 3.4. So 10 tons holding, okay. Landing weight, it says 106, so I should be able to work that out, shouldn't I? 106 minus 14 gives us our weight, and then I need to work that back again to be able to get what our landing weight's going to be with the fuel as it is. VREF of 158 gives us 106 tons, yeah. It's 150 at 96, and then 2 knots, 2 tons by the looks of things. Decreases a bit. So 1300 Zulu, 010 at 14. 01014, 10k, scattered at 2000, broken at 3000. Temperature 24, 20Q1016, no significant change, so broken cloud base at 3000. Sorry, I'm moving my mic and you still got me coughing there. So 03 right on here, not convinced about that. So 03 left looks like it's the one in use. There is an ILS, 1099, 026. DME arcs, I really don't want to fly a DME arc in this. So vectors would be preferred, but I mean we can go out to 10 miles and then come back in. That would be my preferred option. Just got to make sure I don't mess the landing up. So what's the difference between Zulu and Key?
KLM 135 after ADVAT, direct P6.
Okay, so 1150, and that's for the mist as well.
KLM 135 after ADVAT, direct P6.
For the arrival brief, minimum runway time.
Traffic, KLM 135 after ADVAT.
What? Jeez.
KLM 737 descent flight level 100.
KLM 737 descent to 100.
Let's go patrol, half-part Lloyd 8 India Mike, passing 3,000 feet.
Okay, so there's some works going on in real life.
Climb flight level 340.
Climb flight level 340, half-part 8 India Mike.
So, operational restrictions, 03 left and 21 right closed. Those are the only ones with approaches. Or maybe because the right's on every side. Okay, well it's going to be open for us in the sim. Confusing. Anyway, we are almost out of a fifth of the way through the FIR.
Listen, control, this is the KLM 135. Can you put it on text, but I put after ADVAT?
No ATC. There's 5 arrivals coming in. We are going to beat all of them by the looks of things. I know one of them's ahead of us and then the others will overtake. So there's this runway, unfortunately. You can only put the heights in, 302.
Alpine 1743, direct get.
So I don't think there's another way to do that.
Direct get.
Can you set any of these bugs? No, probably not. So we'll have to use the rad out. 380 feet, which is 302. There you go, that'll do us. If the temperature's changing, the airspeed just changed there for a moment. Still minus 56, 121 degrees on the nose. 6 to 7, 7 to 8, then we'll figure out. Hey, if we end up high, we can try and do a hold in this thing, which will be interesting. Procedure is max 210, we might struggle with that. Category D, don't forget. Weather is well within minimums for the ILS. Transition out 6,000. 0926. So it's definitely not going to take long. You can just see, look at the fuel unwinding. It's like 5-6 kilos a second. So, what do we need to do for the descent?
Descent flight level 60.
Belts off. Oh, smoking sign. You.
Alpine 1742, descent flight level 60.
Descent flight level 60.
Slowly. And for that, I think you use that first marker there. plane's pretty much stopped climbing now. It's still very, very slow, 50 feet a minute.
KLM 135, descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1016, clear to ILS, approach runway 03.
Descend 4,000 feet.
What a machine.
1016 and for the runway 13, KLM 135.
Yeah, ILS 13, 03.
ILS 13, KLM 135.
Negative 03.
So pitch index there looks like 4 degrees. Does that match up there? Yes. I think that's the accelerometer. Yes, the angle of attack. Well, or yeah, that kind of makes sense. Pitch degree, yeah. So that's useful on the approach. And I imagine we'll be going back to 1228 in a moment. 14 minutes. So we've got to try and make max 250 on a 5 Charlie. Overfly. GDV. Mandatory for separation. Okay, I can live with that.
This is War Control, Hapag 8 India Mike. I will log off now. Thanks for the...
Tell you what guys, let's do a little flyby.
Day, obrigado.
No problem, sir. Thanks for flying. Good day.
Not the loudest of booms. There's definitely some videos online where you can see Concorde going overhead and people on a boat, and you can definitely hear that.
Outbound 1742, descend 3,000 feet, QNH 1015. Cleared for the RMP Zulu Pro. I'm sorry, it's number.
We're a beam at Ryanair 6621.
But descend 3,000 on 1015 for the island.
Yeah, thanks for correcting me. I haven't been here in weeks. Yeah, thanks for correcting me. I haven't been here in weeks.
So their ground speed is 466.
Right.
%of ours. So we are 2.46 times faster than the 7.3 that we're overtaking. It's just phenomenal. Incredible machine, although we are burning stonking amounts of fuel in comparison. So we will try and stay supersonic as long as we can. I really don't want to get it wrong though. We'll just end up a little bit high. It's the end of the world.
KLM 737, descend flight level 50.
Look at the MSAs, 4,700 to the south, 6,000 to the north, 8.5 to the northwest of the airport, which is the sector we will be in.
KLM 135 on the ILS over runway 03.
Roger.
What's the 5,000 over the VOR.
KLM 135, winds 360, 11 knots, runway 03, clear to land.
We'd struggle to enter that hold.
Clear to land, runway 03, KLM 135.
10 DME arc. Could try flying that in this. Might be a bit of a struggle. The hold is restricted to 210, so the hold is not really any good for us. So we're going to be doing about 210, 220 on base. So maybe if we just stay within 10 miles, give ourselves vectors to get around.
9203, no further TCL line. Order services terminating Monte Unicom.
Monte Unicom for Ryanair 9203. Thanks for the service. Bye bye.
Bye bye, sir.
He's going north. 9203 off to Liverpool. Porto. It's 2 hours 20 with only 2 hours 50 fuel. Bit of a worry.
Good afternoon.
So he's doing half the distance we are. About the same amount of time.
Europa 9164, let's go control squawk 4716. Squawk 4716.
Whoa, why are we going up?
Europa 9164.
It's 56 hasn't changed. ISA +0. That's the same. Well, as long as we out acquire. Oh, hold please. Yes.
60,000 feet.
Back hold.
Maximum flight level.
Why did we shoot up that quick? Didn't say the temperature had changed. There we go. This back hold at 2.02.
Direct Barak, Europe 9164.
Don't want to go above. Is the auto throttle doing it? 2.04 I think was max. 2.02 could be squeezed out. I don't know if the temperature is actually modelled. Ah, yes, look, it is, so. Bring those back a little bit. Can't have max cruise, okay. Back hold at Mach 2, just to keep the temperature. That was a bit early. Yeah, 121, so we can hold it there. Seven minutes to the FIR boundary. And then Gran Canaria in time for dinner. Don't think the temperature's particularly well modelled, so leave it at that.
Verkeertje runway 73 on the right. KLM 13 right.
KLM 135, taxi stand 117 via Alpha.
117 via Alpha, KLM 13 right.
Okay, KLM 135, I see not taxied onto the closed taxiway, outside the closed runway taxiway terminal now, so.
Has it really got that inaccurate?
Yes. You did this here right, KLM 13 right.
System 9. Didn't think that was right.
Okay, that's fine.
Bit of a worry. Can DME update, but not sure how. Who's that? GM Norway. That's a 5-hour 17 flight. Long old poke. I much prefer the shorter sectors, hence why this is fun. It's so much quicker to get places, but I need to update my ability. I think it's fair to say. See the difference, mag and true here.
Alpine 1743 established on the localizer to 8.
One thing I have done, guys, is I've changed, using the guidance on the forum, I have changed the auto throttle settings, so they should be a bit more predictive based on what people have said. So a bit less intense, which I think seems to have worked. But what I can say, guys, is this is a difficult beast to fly, but it's just incredible. So certainly if there's a sale on or anything, do get it. It's not perfect. I think there's still a lot of work to be done. But it's well worth having this machine. Your life in your hangar.
Kill them 737, disregard that, so that was for a different aircraft.
So if we're lucky, it's a shame they're not going in the same direction, but we should see. Certainly I remember when we did New York, there's enough airplanes across the North Atlantic that all they need to do is be above the cloud and then silhouetted by it, and you can see how much quicker than they are you're going. So there is somebody out to our left. Of course they only need to be going over a dark bit. Trouble is I'm not quite sure of the scale. It's difficult to sort of like peg where they should be. Got to scan the whole thing. I don't think they're that far down.
Elizabeth Center, dit is de KLM-35 van de gate. En I thank you for your ATC.
He's very Dutch.
And I wish you a fine day. KLM-35.
No problem, sir. Thanks for flying. Good day.
Well, if you guys do see it, congrats. That puff of fake contrail that they still haven't figured out. Oh, there he is, look. Off to Norway. The speed of that across the sky. Whoosh! Just phenomenal. Somebody on VATSIM, which is cool to see. That was good. He's doing 452 knots, so we've got a combined closing speed there of, you know, like 1600 knots. Anyway, 2 minutes till we leave the FIR. And then it's 193, which is 10 minutes. And then another 185, which is another, well, it's not going to be 10 minutes once we start slowing, but another 20 minutes after that or so. So we will see. Like I say, I'm just gonna use said SAMAR, didn't I? SAMAR as the decel point, which is 177 miles away. It's probably going to be a bit late, but I think I'd rather arrive a little bit high. We should be able to vector ourselves out. I don't know why the MSA is so low. It must be no other island out in that sector. So I think we can send over the sea. Maybe it just catches the other one. Yes, I can. 4,700. I've no idea what is in that sector for the MSA to be so high when it's over the sea. Fortunately, there is okay, well I'm happy that I can go out that way. There's nothing on charts. No, there is. There's a 37 out there, which is sort of obvious. 24, I don't want that though, I want a quadrant. 85, well that obviously takes the mountain into account. Well, one for some of the others. Anyway, that's us overhead. What did we say? 13:52. Yeah, bang on. So it's now 10 minutes. And that's going to give us 40:02. And once we get to the next waypoint, we'll start thinking about slowing down. 4 minutes of afterburner time. So I think the limit was 5 minutes. If we had to go, if we went over that, you had to report it. So we were talking to Casablanca if they were online. We might actually be catching up. Who's 451? What's BLX? GCLA. No, I think we'll end up going a bit.
10 tower campus door control closing in 7 minutes.
37. Catch up and be able to see him out to our right, though I think.
Runway 743 taxi to stand at 2070 Alpha, good day.
Let's see.
Outbound 1743 taxi stand 2070 Alpha, good day.
So we'll do that once we actually start slowing.
Excellent service.
That's
Have a nice Sunday, sir.
I like that.
No problem, you as well.
Yes, MS, where is that? Malmo. James Dunlop has gone from Malmo. That is a 5 hour 20-minute estimated en route time. In the 738, he's probably in Zebo, isn't he? I think we should put Zebo in our remarks so people can see. Of course, unless you're flying this beast. Once those stutters are figured out, it'd be really nice. 6.8 miles. 6.8 minutes. .26 tons. The Mac hold is actually pretty steady. I remember previously, before I'd done the update and the auto throttle fix, it would twitch around a lot, and it's pretty much bang on. As is the temperature, which is good. Probably put the other flight director on just in case we need to switch between the two. I don't know about using that for landing. I suppose you could from about there. Although what you really want is a little bit lower just so you can see the localizer. I wonder if they would have ever, if it stayed in service, if they would have ever updated it all. Would have to be worth the cost, and I imagine it would be a huge cost to make the flight engineers station redundant. Not sure if they would. Interesting thought.
Control
aircraft level control is closing. Maintain Concorde.
Thanks for the service, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Did you come up to this nice evening?
So I am going to have to look or ask on the forums how I change the mic. I did think it was meant to be set there, but maybe it's something to do with setting. It's got the comm volumes which you can adjust. Okay, you can see there. Cycle that. That had happened before. Maybe I need to report that as a bug. So BLX 451. $26 tons of fuel, that's getting pretty close. $70 miles. 70 miles to go. Of course, don't think that slowing down early is going to improve that fuel figure. The airplane burns the least amount of fuel in the cruise when it is stupidly high and stupidly fast. Pretty sure best climb and everything is pretty much close to VMO. So when we were climbing out of London, we wanted to get to 300, 350, 400 as early as we could if we can. She climbs nice and efficiently. As you can see over the open ocean, Vulkan's doing its job. 2.5 minutes, 50 miles. I'm going to have to do some practice with this because of course you can do direct twos. It's a lot easier to do VORs, but you can go from, we're going from 7, we could go to 9, or you could go from 0 to 9, which is direct 2. But of course that is difficult. You can update and change the positions. What's that about? Is that because of that? It needs a DME update. Never mind, we're going to be on conventional nav. And there is SAMAR, so surely the accuracy can't be that bad. There's our other guy. I don't know if we can see him. Shall try and move over. Oh, that's working now. That wasn't working earlier. Right, let's see if we can spot him. Might be out of range. Don't know what the distance is. Of course we haven't got TCAS. Although, I mean, in reality Concorde did. There he... oh no, that was a bit of dirt on my screen. He should be out over there somewhere. Maybe it's out of range of generated traffic. But you see how much quicker we're going. So we've now got 185 miles to go. Don't think he's in those clouds. speed at 37,000 feet, so two-thirds below us. Never mind. So 178 miles to go. Until GCLP. So let's get the charts up. And procedure for this, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. It's a case of
auto throttle off.
Auto throttle off. Keep the INS on, obviously. We are picking up the Gran Canaria VOR, which actually I suppose we should have put in our waypoint. So why don't we head towards that VOR now, 202. Look at that. Feet of turn required. Didn't think we were that far out, but of course we are, 150 miles away. Anyway, we're going to start bringing the throttles back. There we go, an aeroplane. Then, think. 8 minutes, oh dear. Maybe we should have started slowing down a bit earlier. Start bringing this back to 350. And then descend. Should, I think, be able to IS hold all the way down. So let's do 30,000 outer choir. Don't forget the outer choir. I'm sure they would have updated that. There is the airplane unwinding. And maintaining 350 should keep us descending. We don't want that pitch change just yet. Of course, we're still supersonic. Bit twitchy. That looks like our destination ahead. Maybe 390 was the descent. Whatever. We're going down pretty quick. So, anything on the checklist? Throttle back. Trim to descent we will do. We are using effectively level change. IS hold over here. So the throttles are at idle. Cruise, I guess they can go back to climb, just in case. I think they have to go for takeoff a bit later. Okay, maybe we'll cruise. Look. Just all the visors and stuff. Well guys, we've made it despite my best efforts, and actually fuel-wise we're not doing too bad. I thought we were going to be under 20 with that relatively inefficient climb out of London. Next time I'll say no thanks, do 280 and leave it at that. updated weather. So 02017 with some variability. Still QNH 1016. A few clouds at 2000, 10k visibility, variable wind scattered at 2.5, 25 degrees. Lovely. It'd be really nice if we were actually going there. So maybe once we descend below, we go back to Mach hold at 0.95. Probably have leveled off by then anyway. A giant dart piercing its way out the sky. Probably go to vertical speed in a minute anyway. That should work as we decelerate. 80 miles to go. Let's go vertical speed, Mach hold at 0.95. So let's see how the auto throttle commands that. Okay, a little bit keen. Still a little bit keen. No more supersonic for us, chaps. Anyway, we are still probably going to be high, aren't we? So keep going down to 10. Decimal 95. The speed 8 minutes. Let's try about 3,000 feet a minute. Record area traffic, Speedbird Concorde 613 is 62 miles northeast of the Gran Canaria VOR, inbound for an ILS runway 03 left, ETA about 15 minutes. So there you go, you can see massively overtaken. Now we're back to being just any other airliner. VMO coming down. So let's go IS acquire. Literally tons of fuel. I was getting a little bit twitchy about that, but it's never a bad thing to be twitchy about fuel in an aeroplane. $52 miles to the north. Oh. Okay. That's irritating. Let's continue. What do you mean water only? Bloody island there. Maybe it's Africa that's missing. I'm going to make a note, update scenery. I'm really going to have to think about that. Suppose they don't know where I'm going, but at least if you put the plan into X-Plane, it would be able to tell you if you needed anything. That would be nice. So 47, let's go IS and drop. Yeah, you're right, Entity, thank God for that. Definitely better that it doesn't crash the sim and just pauses it. So there we go, back into what is in effect level change. You can see that actually we haven't needed to change it to descent trim, it's doing pretty well by itself. Maybe as we get lower. There is a control where you can skip through it, but again, I've just assigned things as best I can. There's not the same level of customization as there is with Zebo, so it's not perfect like I say, but it's still really, really good. Like I say, well worth the money, especially if it's on sale. Back down to decimals, there is 7.4, 470 knots. Feels rather slow. Back into the territory of the peasants. 36 to go. Why are we not picking up 150? Should I try it that way? Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Another little bug. Might have to report that. So I might switch to heading as we get a bit closer. About it, isn't it? Maybe it would be 390. Anyway, 30 miles to go. Back to vertical speed. So maybe the descent was a bit early. Or just clonked. Actually, no, it isn't. It really isn't that early. So let's start coming back to 250 now. You're going to be high. See the aeroplane ahead. Whatever. Like I said, this wasn't a professional stream. I'm not a trained professional, certainly not with this aeroplane. If anybody else is watching, please say hi. Thanks for sticking with it, guys. I mean, that was a pretty long and protracted, pretty boring startup for you guys. I should have practiced a bit more. It's definitely not easy. There's the trim getting more around to the aft limit, so...
Fuel trim to descent.
Did that help? I don't know. Maybe. Oh look, you could see it change there. One thing I think would be really good is real refueling times and the real movement of the fuel whenever you select that. If you ask for descent, it shouldn't happen instantly. Although, I mean, I suppose you could still potentially want that to happen. Anyway, SAMAR, GDV 15 between 1.4 and 7.0. Well, yeah, we're between that. Overhead, it doesn't say. Max 230. We're going to have to bust that just because we're not going to be able to maintain that speed without huge inefficiencies. Whoa, we are getting a bit slow there.
Fuel trim to
landing. Go back to descent.
Fuel trim to descent.
That's a little disconcerting. Although actually, I suppose, no, it doesn't matter, does it? So what can we go down to? I think the approach is 6. Oh, it's 5 at the LPC VOR. Whoa, look how high that nose is.
Wrong fuel trim. Should I change it? Fuel trim to landing.
There we go, that's a bit better. So we have slowed. We're going to do our level best to get inbound to the LPC VOR. So with that in mind, let's go. Let's go heading 1150. 86 inbound. Then the approach is 109. And I'll get it set up this side. 026. So there we are, intercepting that radial, so we should just be over the other VOR. Yes, there we are, heading down this way, LPC. I think we're going to want something like that. 10 miles and then back in. 80, so let's try something like 60. Throttles don't look at idle, yet that's what I want.
Auto throttle off.
I want IS hold on the speed. Thank you, airplane. Not sure what the conflict was there. There we go, we can see the island. Probably have the lights on, shouldn't we? Let's get those on. Put these back. Just makes sense that you need those. No afterburner for the go around. Maybe 10 miles away from VOR. Guess we are. Oh, that was cheeky. So it's 6,000. Oh, and we didn't do out acquire, so let's do that straight away. And we don't want vertical speed. Let's go back up to 5. So easy to forget, that could have been a disaster. Definitely want to get away from terrain. And we definitely want to set 1016. For DME, 5,000. And we want to be 3,800, 9 DME. Out hold, cool. So prime that. Get the bugs ready. So let's go heading 160. 1099. 026. We are DME on both. And 38. Oh, then down to 3 actually for the intercept, so why don't we just go straight down to 3. Now, are those two going to fight each other? See if we can sort of make our own intercept in that 10 DME arc. I don't think I'll be able to.
Caution. Fuel status 20 tons.
That's fine. Trim is already set for landing. So 12 miles, 8.8, so I think we can take an intercept there. Oh, we didn't out-acquire, so let's just out-hold. And we can try out the Warlock and the glide, which is just about coming in, which I am told should work. We're probably a bit slow there. Gran Canaria traffic, Speedboat Concorde 613 established, ILS 03 left 9 DME. Is she going to descend? Yes, look at that. There you go, and you can see the runway. What fun. So how about something like that? The missed approach is 3,000. So I'm going to peg that to at least 1,000 feet a minute in case we need it, get us away from the ground. A little bit wallowy.
Coming down. Gear down.
So missed.
Greens.
Anyway, we are visual and clear, so there we go. That's a better view, isn't it? So they did leave the auto throttle on. I think I've got it mapped to the right control. Can't see is our height, but there's 500.
Autopilot off.
500 feet.
Oh, she seems a little bit laggy there.
400.
Continue.
300.
It's feeling really weird. It's normally a lot more responsive.
200 feet.
Oh, what?
Auto throttle off.
Okay. Interesting that we are
100.
all over the place.
50 feet. 40. 20. Contact.
Oh, that was a bounce. And terrible.
Reverser deploy.
Oh, that was not pretty. It seemed really, really sluggish and laggy there. Speeds were all correct.
Reverser retracted.
And of course, the controller moved. The approach, maybe that was it. Maybe controller was moving. Bit quick. Let's slow down. We managed to use all the runway there. Ladies and gents, welcome to Gran Canaria. Maybe it was just because of the wind. We have vacated at the end. Gran Canaria traffic. Speed per Concorde 613, runway 03 left, vacated. But you could leave those on because they don't show when they're not extended. Wow. Here she is. Gotta remember to get the nose up. So yeah, felt a bit wallowy. No idea why. I'm going to have to do some more flying.
Fuel trim to ground.
So for such powerful engines, it needs quite a lot of throttle angle to get going. So here we are. Is this somebody on the ground? Okay, Victor. Oh, it's gone wrong. That's full left, and it's not going anywhere. What has happened there? The reverser's stuck out. The brake's stuck. Whoops. Anyway, UK Victor 1327 is up ahead. No idea where we're going to park. Maybe something weird is going on. But I thought the auto throttle was at least pretty stable, and I'm told that's what the cruise did in reality. It would use the auto throttle and leave it in because it's what you needed to fly on. You really didn't touch the pitch for the landing. So let's just go a bit further up. So parking stands. Ah, we should have taken a right. Ah, nobody's around. We'll just go. There's a load of stands here. There's an entry point. Could aim for sort of like Tango 12 at the end. Park up next to this guy. Hopefully he sees what we are. Elevation 78, so like it's out a little bit. $17 tons, so we did surprisingly well actually. Anyway, we'll definitely have a look at the replay. I'm sure there's checks that I need to do, but guess what? I'm doing them right now. Tell you what I do need to do is turn the transponder off. Okay, so this is Tango 12 over here, so why don't we park up there? Oh, hello. Nice to just push and not tell anyone. I really don't get why people get on VATSIM and then when they're on Unicom don't at least announce what they're doing. What an amateur. I suppose you'd have to leave that so you could see the marshaller, but never mind. Here we are on stand. It is now 14:33. No, it's 15:33 UK time. Welcome, ladies and gents. Hang on. I just set you. Get the nose up. There we go. Keyboard shortcut does that. Nose and visor. Well, here we are. I'm not going to do any of the shutdown because I want to see the replay. Okay, probably could have parked it better. Never mind. Where is this guy pushing back to? Weird. Whatever. Let's get off of VATSIM for these Fruit Loops. Landing vertical speed, it said. -5. Whoops. That was a bit weird. So let's get rid of projectFLY. Nice trip. And done everything else. Let's have a look at replay. 3 hours 32, an hour of which was me setting up, so bad. If I go to the runway, and yeah, it was a bit wallowy. Oh, yeah, it wasn't great. A bit of a thump. Oh, that was really bad. And the dip didn't help, did it? Well, we made it. Let's see if we can't see it from the touchdown. More practice required, methinks. Oh, interesting. Sounds disappeared. Right. And you need more than idle reverse in this, which is one thing to remember. Anyway, let's stop that. And how does one shut the aeroplane down? So I guess it comes on stand, and probably should have had a read through that, shouldn't we? It's just lots of checks. No smoking after landing. Engine shut down, so parking brake on, throttles are idle. Well, the pumps go off, the gens go off, but you need everything on first. I have a feeling they would have shut down, just been running on one before they got the ground crew on, but I could be wrong. I have stood at the gate when it taxied in and that was amazing. Many years ago. So let's get those. see if we can do this. So ground power, we've got throttles idle, parking brakes on. The hydraulic pumps are up here. Click zones are pretty small and rotating. I know they've got to go double click. Fine. So pumps off. Generators off. I guess that should light up. Engine bleed air valves. Oh, managed to leave that one off. Shouldn't they all be enough? HPs, which are up here. No, off. Of course, those can all go off. And feed pumps. Well, either way, we've shut the airplane down. It's still got power. I don't know how. Feed pumps. Off, 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 off. Off, 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 off. That's a lot of pumps. Wow. Nose and visor up, yep. Transponder, yes, of course, that should have already been off. Taxi lights should have already gone off, so I'm not convinced about that. Anti-collision should have come off the runway. Lights off. External lights. Okay, and then batteries off. What to do then? Of course, we do need to let the punters out. And open up the door. Front door only. Cargo, of course, would be opened. Doubt they'd open those up. Everyone would get off all nice and civil-like. So, here we are, guys. Welcome. Hope you enjoyed it. I promise I'll do a bit more studying and get better. But if it hasn't piqued your interest, then I can certainly say do get this aeroplane. It's really good. There's a lot to learn. And as you can see, it's a real challenge to operate in comparison to something as easy as the 7.3, which surely you'd all agree was not necessarily that easy. But as always, thanks for joining. I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. And we'll probably do some more Concorde flights to some strange and faraway destinations, just because we can. Until then, thanks for joining. I look forward to seeing you again soon. And farewell for now.